What's up, folks? So today I got something pretty exciting planned. I'm doing a reel shootout. Actually, I'm doing two reel shootouts today, but I'm going to split them into two videos, so you're going to get one shootout per video. The first group of reels are what I call regular bait casting reels. That means they're not specialized in the sense that they're not specifically BFS, they're not meant for super light lures, they're not meant for like offshore. They're pretty much bass reels, regular bass reels. So we've got 4 reels in the regular reel shootout. Of course, there's the Piscifun Phantom, because that kind of is the whole point of this shootout, is to compare the casting performance of the Piscifun Phantom to some of my own reels. And well, these are the other 3 reels. So we've got the Phantom. I'm going to set that aside. Then we have the Shimano Scorpion XT. Let's see if you can see that. 1501. Okay, now this is one of my I would say it's one of my favorite reels. It's my favorite platform. Alright, the Scorpion XT platform, same platform as the Curado E, same platform as the Chronarch E. You know, this is my favorite platform, I think, in the entire Shimano lineup. Okay, the next we have Scorpion DC7. Same family, same platform, except that it's the DC version. Okay, so these 2 reels are no longer in production, but they're from the same family, from the same lineup. One is DC, one is centrifugal. And last but not least, we have the Shimano Metanium DC XG. So this is the 2015 Shimano Metanium DC. It's one of the most popular DC reels in the world, in Japan even. I mean, of course, there's the Antares DC, which is the highest end, but it is not the most popular. The Metanium DC is the most popular one. Alright, so those are the 4 reels I will be doing, I'll be using for this shootout. And I'll probably post some pictures here and there with details on like the retail price of the reel, whether I have any modifications done to the reel, the weight and all that, all the various details. Yeah, maybe I'll roll some music and I'll post some pictures with the details right about now. Alright, so that's what we're working with for the regular reel shootout. Let's cut straight to the... Oh, you know what? Let me just explain the test format first. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to use the same rod, right? All these 4 reels are going to be paired with the same rod just to keep things fair. I'm also going to be using the same weight, which in this case I'll be using an 11.7 something... Yeah, you can take a look at the picture. 11.73, I think, gram metal jig. So that's what I'm going to be using to cast, because metal jigs are the easiest to cast, and I kind of want to get a pretty streamlined, pretty steady result. And we're going to do 5 casts per reel on the same rod with the same lure, and I'm going to take the top 3, which means out of the 5, the longest 3 casts, and I'm going to take the average of that to get the final result, and then we'll compare to see how each reel, where each reel stands in this lineup right here. Okay, so I'm just going to cut straight to the casting footage, and yeah, we'll pick it up after that. Alright folks, so first off we're going to test out the Piscifun Phantom. I have it on a 6106 TMFB, you can see right here. Alright, same rod going to be used for all the tests, for all the reels. For the settings for the Phantom, I have it set to spool tension so that the spool doesn't wobble. Okay, I have the centrifugal brakes inside turned completely off, and I have the magnetic brakes set at 10. Now for all these tests folks, the brake settings are, you know, ideally obviously you want the brake settings to be as low as possible, but I'm human, so what I'm going to work with here is the lowest brake setting that I can manage in this condition, in these conditions right here. As you can see, it's a bit windy, So I'm gonna have the reels set up to the lowest that I can manage right now, all things considered. So they might not be equal across the board. Then again, not all reels are equal, so we'll just do it that way. So we have the Piscifun Phantom cast 1. Okay, so Scorpion 1501 XT cast 1. 32. Okay, cast number 2, Scorpion 1501 XT. 37. Cast number 3. 39. Alright, cast number 4. 33.5. Cast number 5. 36.5. Okay, Scorpion DC7, cast number 1. We have 44 meters. Scorpion DC7, cast 2. Okay, let's see, 42. Scorpion DC7, cast 3. 43.5. $44.5. Alright, Scorpion DC cast 5. 45. And PE on the inside. Alright, so Shimano Metanium DC XG, first cast. $47. Let's go 46.5. $48.5. Cast number 3. 48. Cast number 4. 50.5. Cast number 5. 47.5. The Piscifun Phantom cast 1. Alright, so we're going to stop exactly where my FG knot meets the roller. And we have 39.5. So I'm just going to note it down in my app here. Alright, cast number 2. We've got 45.5. And make sure this is reset. Okay. $48.5. Okay, Piscifun Phantom cast 4. 43.5. Okay, Piscifun Phantom, cast 5, last cast. Alright, I would say 43 and a half, but it's closer to 44, so let's just give it a 44. Alright folks, so I've got the results in, tabulated it, got the averages, and here's how it turned out. We've got the Scorpion XT, the Scorpion 1501 XT, that is all the way at the bottom, followed by the Scorpion DC, followed by, surprise surprise, the Piscifun Phantom in second place, and at the very top, pretty unsurprisingly, the Metanium DC. Now, an important thing to note about these reels, what surprised me was the performance of the Piscifun reel. I was not entirely surprised that the Scorpion XT achieved the low distance that it did in relation to the Scorpion DC and the Metanium DC. You know, as you can see, the Scorpion XT averaged 37.5 meters across all casts, whereas the Scorpion DC averaged 44.5 meters and the Metanium DC averaged 49. Alright, so that was not an unexpected result for me, because DC reels really genuinely do cast a lot better, in my opinion, than non-DC reels. At least in the Shimano lineup, which is the lineup that I'm most familiar with across all brands. So yeah, big surprise here, I don't want to call it an upset, right? It's not an upset, it's just it's a pleasant surprise. The Piscifun Phantom, I mean, I've used it quite a few times since I got it, and I knew it was a pretty good caster. I just didn't know that it casted that well in relation to my other reels. And keep in mind, that's like a $90 reel, and it went up against reels that anywhere between $250 to $550 retail. So where some might ask, where's all that extra money going, right? Well, warranty for one. You know, with the big three, whenever you buy a reel from them, you generally get a pretty robust warranty. And with that, of course, with the quality control and all that, it comes with a lot of assurance that, you know, stuff doesn't go wrong randomly. When you're dealing with cheaper reels, there's a lot of unknowns, which is why testing it out, like what I'm doing, testing it over time, durability testing it, doing a review, which is why it's so important to get all these pieces of info and put them together to form a clearer picture on whether any given reel is actually worth the discount, so to speak. And so far, the Piscifun Phantom is scoring pretty high in that department. It casts well. I'm not about to, a lot of folks have asked me about how well it casts BFS class lures, and my response to that has always been, it's not a BFS reel. I'm not about to test it for BFS lures. It would be unfair to test a reel outside of its element. And yeah, I think it's not exactly, this wasn't exactly the most scientific of reel shootouts, but you know, I tried to keep as many things constant as possible. I tried to keep the lure constant, I tried to keep the rod constant, I stayed in the same spot. I tried, if there was any wind that suddenly picked up, I wait for it to die down and stuff like that. You know, I use the same measuring tool. So yeah, I hope this was a bit informative for you guys, give you guys a bit more insight on how the Piscifun Phantom casts. And yeah, so if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down, share my videos with your friends, and stay tuned for the BFS shootout. The footage is already shot. I did it at the same time as the regular reel shootout, so it's a matter of just editing and getting that video out. So hopefully I get it out either later on this week or sometime early next week. So stay tuned for that. Tight lines, guys.